She's here! It's your boy Fist in the his house. Bring another great edition of Black Ops 2 for me to you, because that's what I do. You know what? In this thing right here, I'm going to tell you something. This is a perfect example why Target Finder gets dominated by smoke and dual band. Target Finder cannot see through smoke. If you don't already know that, now you know. I've said it many times. Maybe you're new to the channel, maybe you don't know that. But that is how you beat Target Finders. Now this guy, you know, he was setting up a cross on the window. So all he had to do is look with his Target Finder to set up, and I was using smoke. So I'm sure that, you know, if a person knows where your setup spot is, they can throw certain things to combat it. And, you know, you can do things to combat them as well by using cold-blooded. I mean, it can go back and back, you know, go back and forth. But you really don't have to go that far. Most of the time when you see somebody in a fight, you know, it's about one step. You know, it's not going to be 2 steps, 3 steps. But this guy, like, this was from my live stream. And I was going to, you know, I was going to use the AN-94 on this. I was like, yeah, I'm having a good time. But this guy would not come out of this window. So, fortunately, I had a team that, you know, on the second game that realized, like right there, I took a hit. See, he was up in the window and he knew it. And I was trying to set up the spot, and I was like trying to let my team know I was holding the anchor down here. And I really wasn't on the mic. I would just hope they would figure this out, right? And obviously, it probably would have happened a lot sooner if I was on a mic. And that's another important aspect of this whole situation. You know, if you get into a situation where, you know, you have somebody, you know, playing like this, or, you know, you got to learn. I mean, it's not really a bad thing. That's their setup. I'm just showing you how I break that setup. And like I said, I had to clear the middle spot. So basically, I had to clear up the whole middle myself. And these guys got to figure out, you know, stop getting your head pounded. Stop crossing the center line so that people don't keep spawning behind you. And lock down this car. And that's all you have to do. You have the other people line up on this side. And that's all we did. You know, I got killed a couple times. But we eventually got this guy's ass. And, you know, I did change my streak. I did have the helicopter, but I went to turret because I knew this guy was going to be up in the window. And another thing I changed too is that I went to the front of the car so he couldn't see me, and I just took the angle like, listen, if, you know, I was just hoping that my team on the other side was going to hold down the other side. I kept throwing smoke, and then, you know, and that might be a tip to your teammates too. Like, they can't see through smoke, so eventually it's kind of like forcing your own teammates and all the action on the other side, and it leaves you to fight this dude one-on-one and anything else that comes through there. So usually I would be on the other side of the car completely, but instead I was in front of the car on this side. And the reason why is this guy was super cheap. I mean, he didn't pop his little head out of there unless he heard gunfiring, and that's to take advantage of like a 2-on-1 situation, which that's what you're supposed to do. So this is why I like Call of Duty, and this is why I love playing online. I mean, these are the things that you'll never ever get out of single player. You know, because of, you know, people have brains just like you, and the game's constantly changing because of the way they play. No matter how cheap they may be or whatever setup they use, that's the setup they're going to use. Now, see here, I put up the turret so that way I wouldn't have to deal with this ass popping out. So that was like my cover guy up there, and I can't really trust nobody to cover me. And really, unless you're throwing EMPs from across the map, I mean, they're really not going to hit that far. I mean, you're going to give you. There are some spots where the turret is somewhat good. So here I took the top of the car, and then, you know, my other teammates knew that the smoke was on this side. So obviously they're not going to come on this side. So then I pretty much locked this side down, and it took me about the whole game to get it done, but that was pretty much it. And you'll see, like right here at the end of the last kill of the game, I popped them a couple times and kept them in check. And Target Finder versus dual band smoke, I mean, this is pretty much it. This is how you do it, and you know, you're gonna deal with. There is a lot of scum in this game. You're gonna deal with it, and that's just the way it is. You know, I mean, if the developers are never going to change the game, I mean, you just got to play with what you're dealt with. Until next time, it's your boy Fist. Don't forget to check out Fist 2. Some important information over there about being a healthy gamer. Peace. I'm out.